I have a 5-month-old, so there you have it. And an almost 3-year-old, should be 3 in 2 days. So I was up pretty late last night. So we're going to dive right into the content. Okay. We are going to get right into it in just a moment. Let me get my lighting together. Much better. Okay. So today is day 3 of leveling up your Pinterest in your business. That's the 5-day series that I'm doing, that I have been doing for the past 2 days. And today is day 3. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 5 misconceptions about using Pinterest in your marketing and your strategy plan for your business. So definitely share this out. Um, Thanks for coming on live, and also thank you for the replay viewers, because a lot of the times the replay viewers are the ones who pump everything up, right? So as far as the views are concerned. And so today I'm going to dive right in, because I actually have a call coming up very shortly. So as usual, I have my notes. So misconceptions about Pinterest. All right. So number one, actually, before I start, let me go over what I talked about yesterday, the past 2 days. So day 1 was 3 reasons why Pinterest is the platform, like is with a capital I, capital S, is the platform that can increase your visibility and how you can make it profitable. So that was day 1. And day 2, I talked about 3 things that Pinterest can do for your business without you having to hustle, which is huge. Okay. I am a part of the no hustle team. I don't want to hustle. No. Okay. I do enough of that back here. I'm not trying to hustle, right? So that was day 1 and day 2. And today we're going to talk about misconceptions. So the first misconception is that Pinterest is only for bloggers and DIYers. And it's only for you to scroll through and play with on a personal level. So it is true that bloggers, from the looks of things, bloggers run Pinterest, right? They are the backbone of Pinterest. However, I sincerely suggest that if you have a business, because you are an established business owner, I definitely suggest, if you don't already have a blog going on your website, I suggest you just put a couple of key pieces, 2, 3, 5, that actually speak to, and I have children in the background. You hear my daughter? They actually speak to providing solutions and quick wins for your potential clients. So a lot of entrepreneurs have a blog. It's not something that you have to make seem on, visual on your website. You can have it and actually hide it. I have done that myself. Um, but you do want to have key pieces on there. And so you don't have to pump out content like a normal blogger would. Usually bloggers in the beginning, they're pumping out content every week, a lot of content every month. But since you're an established business owner, you don't have time to do that, right? You may hire someone to go ahead and fill in the pieces, like if you do an outline. But I do suggest that you have your blog and curate it. And I'll talk about more about curation later. But it's not just for bloggers, it's not just for DIYers, and it's definitely not just for you to pin like recipes and workout plans and how your future office is going to look. What I want you to see is that Pinterest also has many types of business owners on there, and they know that their potential clients, the way that they can get more clients who are qualified, huge qualified clients. Pinterest is the way. There are some stats that I talked about on Monday. Just going through it, the 322 million people are on Pinterest every month. But not only that, there are some deeper statistics where we're talking about, I believe is it 60%? It's off the top of my head. 60% of pinners have a household income of $125,000. So if you're selling your signature program that you want to actually sell on Pinterest is $5,000 or even $10,000 or $20,000, these are the people you want to speak to. And that is something that Facebook and Instagram you can't touch it. Again, yesterday I talked about the things that how Pinterest actually works for you without hustling. So it's not just for bloggers, it's not just for DIYers, it is for business. That's why they have Pinterest for Business. It's a completely different setup. You have analytics, you can create ads. And so it's stepping up your Pinterest game so more of your qualified leads can find you. All right, so number 2, the second misconception is that it's a social media site. Pinterest gets lumped in with Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn isn't really social media, but it gets lumped in. Those 4, and Twitter 5 gets lumped in all together. But actually, Pinterest is a visual search engine. It is just like Google, except one of the things I was talking about yesterday as well is that on Pinterest, pins stay forever, and there's an algorithm. And depending on how great your pin is, the content will determine where it comes up in the feed. And so you definitely want to keep that in mind, that it's not social media. So having a lot of followers is great because that means that your pins will come up and come up for them more. But that's not really the point. There are likes. You can like pins. You can actually make comments on pins and say that you tried and what were your results. And if you're not doing that, then I suggest you start. That's actually helpful for other business owners. But you definitely want to know that Pinterest is not a social media site. It is a visual search engine. And that's why you have pins. And that's why you create pins consistently, new pins. Now that Pinterest says they are looking for fresh new ideas, you got to create fresh new pins. And that doesn't take a lot of time at all. Honestly, it really doesn't. All right. So number 3 is that you need to, like I was saying before, you need to get followers. It's a good thing to have followers always, because that lets people know when you put out your content, right? But what you are looking for is actually traffic. So Pinterest is about traffic and clicks. And when you are pulling that in, that is where the gold comes into play. So think about it. Is your Pinterest right now providing traffic to your site, to your landing pages, to your sales pages, whatever you're trying to do, to your digital product page? Is it providing traffic? And if it's not, what are you going to do to start that process? Because you're already established, you've already got clients. And so having that extra boost of getting qualified leads, qualified traffic to your site is definitely a plus. Definitely. All right. So number 5, that it costs a lot of money to upkeep Pinterest. Now, this is a misconception, and I'm going to kind of go on the back end and fill this in, but you'll see where I'm going. Once you actually establish your Pinterest for Business and you know exactly what your strategy is, you have your strategy in place, you have the things in place, you know exactly what you're doing specifically for Pinterest. Once you have that all together, and of course the back end things too, that doesn't cost a lot at all. And not that that's a concern for you because you have a team, right? So you can get your team to pull all of that together. So I've actually had clients in my Optimize Your Pinterest course. My clients did not take this course. They bought the course for their team, and their team actually put everything into place. So this is something, Optimize Your Pinterest, that's my 4-month course where I take you through the steps of getting everything curated, set up, and we leverage your Pinterest for business so you can get more visible, so you can increase your profits, right? Because you want more clients. You've already got clients, you got testimonials, you got all these things, and you know how to solve people's problems already. You're moving and grooving, right? But Pinterest is just missing. So you can actually say hire a VA, a Pinterest VA. You can actually join a course like mine, Optimize Your Pinterest, and have your team put it into place for you. Here's the thing. It's not the setup. It's not the setup. It's the curation. The curation is the key to getting traffic to your website. And I just lit up just then. The curation is the key. And that's when it is definitely valuable for you to invest in someone that can help you with this. And not just the back end, but the front, and getting everything situated, pulled together. And so your team is well educated on, and yourself, well educated on how things work, because you have to know that so that your numbers can look like they should. So when we're talking about numbers, you're talking about analytics, you're talking about what works and what doesn't. I call it tweaking and repeating. And so that's when it is valuable for you to invest in someone on top of my course, of course, to move things along for you, so that you're not taking the time out of your day in between talking to your clients and doing these things. Now, it also depends on if you are doing curating manually or if you are curating automatically. And that's something that I talk about and share with you on how to do both of those things in my Optimize Your Pinterest course, because there are 2 ways that you can curate what you're doing in your Pinterest strategy. It's not just about having a funnel. It's not just about the strategy. Okay. It's the curation that is an investment and that you want to definitely do, because once you actually get your curation together and you figure that piece out, it flows so easy. It just flows so easy. Your team, once you get everything curated and they know exactly what they're doing, you know exactly what you're doing, you know your strategy, you know your curation strategy, everything flows easily, and you're just pulling in qualified leads that need your services. So that's the thing about Pinterest. You are speaking directly to your potential client, your dream client, and saying the things that you know, because you've already talked to a gazillion people. You know what your people want. You know what your message is. You know what your position is. Your branding is on point, and you're putting it out there specifically for your people to find you. So the curation of what you put on your boards, what group boards you are in, your if you're going to use Tailwind, your tribes that you're a part of, even your Facebook groups, because there are many Facebook groups that actually help each other and pin each other's pins. That's a whole nother thing. You'll know exactly how to curate that. And so you definitely want to invest in getting all of these pieces together so it's easy for you. It flows. Simple, easy. Remember, yesterday was about not hustling. That's what Pinterest is about. All right. So those were the 5 misconceptions. So I'm going to go over those one more time. So the first one was that Pinterest is only for bloggers and DIYers and recipes. Okay. The second one is that you have to use Tailwind to see results. Tailwind. Oh, I skipped that one. Let me go back. Tailwind is an app, but it's called the Tailwind app. But it is the platform that pinners use to automatically schedule pins. This is about the curation that I actually was just talking about. So when you're using Tailwind, you're curating not just your pins that you're putting out, but other people's pins. And that is a key that some people miss about Pinterest, is that you're not just pinning and putting out your own content. By you curating other people's pins and putting those on your boards as well, you are creating another piece of traffic that can actually see your pins. So it's actually 80% other people's pins and 20% yours, because it's all about sharing, right? So that actually was number 5. I apologize. I thought I did that one. So Tailwind is a paid platform. I believe it's about yeah, you can, it's a paid platform, and you can curate there, you can draft pins, you can create pins, you can find tribes, which is basically groups, they call them tribes, that you can join that actually help each other's pins. And so if you haven't invested in Tailwind yet to try it out for your strategy, I suggest that you do that to see if that's something that's going to work for you and your team. But like I said, there are some people who only manually pin. So there's different ways that you can use Pinterest in your strategy. So I am done with the 5. That was the last one. If you have any questions or concerns, or anything that just comes up for you about Pinterest, any questions, even about my course, Optimize Your Pinterest, definitely put them in the comments. Now, talking about Optimize Your Pinterest. My challenge is coming up in 2 weeks. It starts on Monday, May 4th, and I definitely want you to come in and join us. So you can go to bit.ly/Pinterest challenge pop-up. That's bit.ly Pinterest challenge pop-up. And you can go ahead and sign up so that I can help you get started on getting more visible, in getting in front of your ideal clients, and also increasing your profits, because you're going to be pulling in leads who are qualified. Okay, so definitely go ahead and sign up and tell your biz friends, share out this video so that you can tell everyone about the misconceptions for Pinterest. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow with day 4. Day 4, I'm going to be talking about the secret to ranking higher on Google that no one's talking about. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.